It honestly is quite a rarity these days in terms of game presentation, where a developer basically goes, hey, I'm shutting down my game, you can use my assets, and that's the end of it. This game is a result of that. There was a game many moons ago called Paragon, which was something that Epic Games made before they discovered they had Fortnite money. And it lasted 2 years, and then the developers basically said, you know what, guys, you can use the assets. Since then, there has been many attempts to make a Paragon successor, and this is the latest one. This one is called Predecessor. It uses the Paragon assets to make its own MOBA, and effectively it is I don't know what you'd call it, a reimagining, a redevelopment, a continuation. Probably the best way of calling it is a spiritual successor, and that's really it. Now then, the game is very similar to Paragon. In fact, I think I did make a video on Paragon many ages ago. I think so. It feels similar. It feels like the same cloth. And honestly, playing this, my first thought was, hey, this feels very similar to Paragon. In fact, it felt incredibly similar, and that's really the point of it. Now, I don't know if this game is going to be a success because it has been out for a while, and based on the latest financial results I do have that I was able to find, they are losing money. That might explain why they are making certain decisions and why players are not very happy about that, but it does make sense, honestly, and I can understand why they are doing certain things. So, with that in mind, how is it? What's my first impressions of the game? Because what you're watching right now is literally my first game. I have played one game and that's it. I think the first thing to say is I somewhat quite like this game, a little bit. But that said though, there are some things that I do dislike. First of all, I do not like the menus, I do not like the UI, because it's not very clear. That's it. The lack of clarity and the lack of clearness is honestly so frustrating. But I understand why the designers have done this route, because their thinking is anyone that plays a MOBA is probably going to be interested in this, and they probably aren't really going to care, and probably are going to be more than willing to stick through the frustration and learn the game, which is fine. I'm not sure if that's going to be a wise strategy, but you know, what do I know? What do I know? So, yeah, that's really all I have to say. I do vaguely somewhat like this game. I did somewhat vaguely like Paragon. It does feel incredibly similar. I don't know like what the differences are. I also do not understand like the mechanics. I don't know like a lot about this game, and this is going to sound really annoying, especially to anyone that has like a stake in this game. I don't know if I can put the time into this game if it's small. I know that sounds really dumb, but what I'm saying here is because the game is so potentially so tiny, I don't know if organic content exists and how to get better and what to build, what to do, like tips and tricks and that. So I might look into that. But honestly, as someone who has played MOBAs, especially something like this on console, it's okay. It's fine. I don't know if it's going to be a success. I don't know if they're going to shut down soon because they are losing quite a bit of money. But it's a MOBA, and it basically reminds me of Paragon. It plays very similar to Paragon, and it's basically a fitting legacy to Paragon compared to what a lot of other games are doing, especially in the live service, where they're just disappearing. And I'm happy it exists. I'm also happy as well that the assets basically are there, and Epic Games basically went, you know what? You guys can use it because we're making money. I wish more developers would do that, but here we are. I wish more developers would basically go, you know what, guys? We use our assets because we're not using them. If you have success, then go ahead. Yeah. And given the state of the games industry right now, this is quite an interesting like situation. This is a very small team that's fully remote and is based out of a their UK base, which is just, it's wild to me. That effectively means they can be like international somewhat, which is interesting, and I suspect you might see a lot of game studios going in this direction, where instead of having like a proper actual studio in order to reduce costs, they basically go remote to try and save money. But I might be wrong. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I am going to be keeping an eye on this game. I'm also as well going to try potentially maybe to play a couple more games of it. It depends. Yeah, I'm gonna see what I can find about this game and see like how I feel about it. But first impressions wise, pretty good. Honestly, I'm impressed based on the size of the team. The fact they've been able to make this work and also as well to make it is impressive and probably is worth trying. Yeah. Most of the complaints I do have are very, very minor, but considering the size of the team, I can understand why they've done them. I can understand why the UI is a bit iffy. I can understand why the HUD's the way it is. I can understand why certain choices have been made because they're easier to implement, and I can somewhat respect that, if I'm being honest with you. I also respect the fact that they've actually gone ahead and actually made this game when a lot of other people will be like, yo, we're not touching this genre. You can also as well see like the fundamental weakness I have in terms of like play style. I don't know what I'm doing. First game, trying to feel out how to play the character, trying to fill out the game. It's all new to me. So I have a lot to learn. But it's good. I think I can certainly see the appeal and the funness. I don't know how big it's gonna be. I also don't know like how successful it's gonna be, but it's all right. So yeah, it was that. Yeah. One thing I will say, which is quite interesting, is the fact that basically Epic released effectively like pretty much all the assets that the game had. And that was for Unreal 4. So trying to get it working for Unreal 5 is gonna be like a bit of a task. But they did it. And yeah. I'm probably gonna play a bit more, try and figure things out, look at like the characters. I'm hoping if I can figure out there's one or two characters in the base game that I like, maybe there is like a way of which you can unlock everything. I'm not too sure. I don't know. We'll see. Seems interesting though. Anyway, so I'm not dead. I'm still alive. For anyone who's curious, I've just been doing other things, and well, I just didn't feel like making videos. So that's it really. Hope you enjoyed the footage. I'm gonna give you the whole game. First impressions. I may have rambled a bit, but that's it really. Welcome to Predecessor. It seems interesting. It is interesting in my opinion. I wish them all the success they can have, and I wish them good luck because it's painful out there, and they honestly do deserve it. They really do. It's impressive bringing a game back from the dead and doing your own spin on it. So also reusing it as assets. That's you deserve respect for that. Being honest with you. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye. I hope you enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Toodles.
is under attack.
I'll crush you! Another step. I'm ready to open the black hole. Your destruction is done.
Heroic.
The stars fall! A taste of the stars! Your destruction is nigh!
He has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy tower is under attack. An enemy has been slain.
I'll crush you! Stars! Your destruction is nigh!
Legendary. An enemy has been slain.
A taste of the stars!
An ally has been slain.
How does that feel? All shall collapse! I cannot go on.
He has been slain.
The stars do not demand
Enemy
blood,
tower is
but
under
I
attack.
I'll crush you! The stars fall!
Legendary. Your skill rises.
So close now!
An enemy tower is under attack.
Await my return. This time we'll destroy him.
Tower has been destroyed.
I'll crush you!
An enemy tower is under attack.
The black hole.
An ally has been slain. An ally tower is under
A
attack.
taste of the stars! Into the void! It hurts!
Your skill
The
rises.
stars fall!
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy tower is under attack. An
How
enemy
does that
tower
feel?
has been destroyed. An enemy tower has been destroyed.
Await my return.
Ally has taken many more. An enemy tower has been destroyed.
I will push on.
The enemy core is under attack.
The stars fall!
Double kill. Enemy has been slain. The enemy core
The
is
stars fall!
legendary.
I'm ready to open the black hole.